The flames licked hungrily at the edges of the photograph, curling the glossy paper into ash before Avon could even scream. In that split second, standing frozen in the doorway of his father's study, he watched the only tangible proof of his love with Jamie vanish into smoke, a cruel erasure orchestrated by the man who was supposed to protect him. Chief Harlan Reed, the iron-fisted police chief of Willow Creek, Illinois, dropped the match into the ashtray with a satisfied grunt. His eyes cold as steel as he met his son's gaze. No regret, only righteous fury. Avon's heart hammered in his chest as he lunged forward, but it was too late. The photo, taken just months ago during a stolen weekend in Chicago, showed him and Jamie laughing under the city lights, arms wrapped around each other in unfiltered joy. It was the one memento Avon had dared to keep hidden in his old bedroom drawer, a beacon of hope amid the suffocating expectations of his family. Now it was gone, reduced to nothing but gray flakes scattering across the oak desk. "What have you done?" Avon whispered, his voice breaking like glass. Harlan stood tall, his uniform badge glinting under the lamp, a symbol of authority that had always loomed over their lives. "What I had to, son. This perversion isn't you. It's not us." The Reed family had been pillars of Willow Creek for generations. Harlan's father a war hero, his grandfather a judge. Harlan himself had risen through the ranks with a reputation for zero tolerance. Drugs, crime, and now, apparently, his own son's sexuality. Avon, at 25, had returned home from college in New York with a degree in journalism and a secret he'd buried deep. But secrets have a way of surfacing in small towns, especially when a nosy neighbor spots you holding hands with another man at the county fair. Word spread like wildfire, reaching Harlan's ears through the precinct grapevine. That night, after a tense family dinner where Avon's mother, Evelyn, avoided his eyes and his younger sister, Mia, fidgeted with her phone, Harlan had rifled through Avon's things while he was out for a run. As the acrid smell of burned paper filled the room, Avon felt a chasm open between them, wider than the Mississippi. "You had no right," he said, his fists clenched. Harlan's face hardened, the lines etched from years of late-night shifts and moral absolutes. "I have every right. I'm your father. And as chief, I won't let this town whisper about my boy being unnatural. Think of your future, Avon. A good job, a wife, kids. Not this." Evelyn appeared in the doorway then, her apron dusted with flour from baking pies for the church bake sale. Her eyes darted between them, pleading, "Harlan, please, let's talk this out." But Harlan waved her off. "No talking. It's done." Avon stormed out, grabbing his keys and driving aimlessly through the rain-slicked streets of Willow Creek. The town, with its quaint diners and picket fences, suddenly felt like a cage. He pulled over near the old bridge, dialing Jamie's number with trembling fingers. Jamie answered on the first ring, his voice warm and steady from his apartment in Chicago. "Hey babe, everything okay?" Avon choked back tears, recounting the betrayal. Jamie, a graphic designer with a gentle soul and a history of his own family rejections, listened quietly. "Come here. Now, we'll figure it out." But Avon hesitated. Leaving meant abandoning Mia, who at 17 was just starting to question the rigid world their parents enforced. And Evelyn, who loved him fiercely but silently deferred to Harlan's rules. The next morning, Avon confronted his father again over breakfast. The kitchen table, usually a place of mundane chatter, crackled with tension. "Why, Dad? That photo was mine." Harlan sipped his coffee, unmoved. "Because it's wrong, son. The Bible says so, the law I uphold says so in spirit. I won't watch you throw your life away." Avon's anger boiled over. "The law? You're twisting it. Being gay isn't a crime." Harlan's jaw tightened. "In my house, it might as well be." Word of the family rift spread quickly. At the precinct, officers whispered about the chief's troubled kid. Avon's old high school friends distanced themselves, fearing association. Even at the local coffee shop, stares followed him. Jamie urged Avon to move to Chicago permanently, where they could build a life free from judgment. But Avon felt torn. Loyalty to his family clashed with his love for Jamie. One evening, as he helped Mia with homework, she confided. I don't think it's wrong, Avon. But Dad, he's scared. Her words pierced him. Scared? The unbreakable Chief Reed? A turning point came when Harlan was called to a domestic disturbance involving a gay couple in town. The call hit close to home, and upon arriving, he saw the parallels. Two men arguing, one bruised, the other defiant. Instead of impartiality, Harlan's bias showed. He lectured them harshly, earning a complaint. Back home, he brooded, questioning if his actions toward Avon were protection or prejudice. Avon, meanwhile, started journaling his thoughts, turning his pain into words. He submitted an anonymous op-ed to the local paper about small-town intolerance, sparking debates online. Comments ranged from support to vitriol, mirroring the town's divide. Jamie visited one weekend, staying at a motel to avoid confrontation. Their time together was bittersweet. Walks in the park, hushed conversations about dreams. I love you, Jamie said. But you can't keep living half a life. As tensions simmered, Evelyn finally spoke up during a family meeting. Harlan, our son is hurting. Can't you see that? Harlan faltered for the first time, his voice softening. I just want what's best. But Avon pushed back. Best for who? You or me? The conflict escalated when Mia came out in support of Avon at school, leading to bullying. Harlan blamed Avon, accusing him of corrupting her. See what you've started? In a heated argument, Avon revealed he'd been in therapy, dealing with years of suppressed identity. Harlan dismissed it as liberal nonsense. But doubt crept in. Weeks turned into months, and the rift in the Reed family deepened like a fault line ready to quake. Avon took a job at a small newspaper in nearby Springfield, commuting daily to escape the suffocating air of Willow Creek. The drive gave him time to reflect, replaying that fateful night over and over. Jamie's patience wore thin. Phone calls grew strained. I get it, Avon family first. But what about us? Avon promised change, but promises felt hollow amid the chaos. At work, Avon covered local stories, including a piece on LGBTQ rights in Illinois. Interviewing activists opened his eyes to broader struggles, discrimination in housing, employment, even law enforcement. One source, a retired cop, shared tales of closeted officers facing harassment. It hit Avon hard. Was his father part of that system? He confronted Harlan again, this time with facts. Dad, the world is changing. Gay marriage is legal. Why can't you accept me? Harlan, nursing a beer on the porch, stared at the horizon. Because it's not natural. I raised you better. But his words lacked their former conviction. Evelyn noticed the shift, encouraging quiet conversations. One night, she showed Avon old family albums, photos of Harlan as a young man, vulnerable before the badge hardened him. He loves you, Avon. He's just afraid of losing control. Social conflicts brewed outside the home. A town hall meeting on inclusive education turned heated when conservatives, rallied by a local pastor, decried indoctrination. Avon attended, speaking up anonymously through a friend. Harlan, presiding as chief, maintained order but shot Avon a warning glance. Later, he accused him of stirring trouble. You're dividing this town. Avon retorted, No, Dad. Intolerance is. Jamie's ultimatum came during a visit. Move in with me or we're done. I can't keep waiting. Avon agonized, weighing love against legacy. He confided in Mia, who urged him to go. I'll be fine. Live your truth. But leaving felt like betrayal. A controversial incident rocked Willow Creek. A gay teen was assaulted outside a bar. Harlan led the investigation, but rumors swirled of leniency toward the perpetrators, friends of officers. Avon investigated for his paper, uncovering biases. Publishing the story caused uproar. The paper received threats, and Harlan was furious. You're attacking me, he bellowed. Avon stood firm. I'm seeking justice. The family dinner that followed was explosive. Evelyn mediated as accusations flew. Harlan admitted burning the photo was impulsive, but defended it as saving Avon. From what? Avon demanded. From happiness? Mia interjected. revealing she joined a school LGBTQ alliance. Harlan's face paled, his world crumbling. In therapy, Avon explored his choices. Stay and fight, or leave and heal. Jamie supported either but stressed self-care. A breakthrough came when Harlan attended a police seminar on diversity. Hearing stories from gay officers humanized the issue. Back home, he awkwardly apologized for the photo. "I overreacted." Avon was wary. "It's more than that, Dad." Tensions peaked at the annual town festival. Jamie attended with Avon, their presence sparking whispers. A confrontation with the pastor led to a public debate. Harlan, on duty, intervened neutrally for once. Later, he confided in Evelyn, "Maybe I was wrong." Avon's article went viral, drawing media attention. Interviews forced Harlan to confront his views publicly. In a press conference, he stumbled, admitting personal struggles. The town split. Some praised his honesty, others called for resignation. Amid the storm, Avon and Jamie's relationship strained further. A fight erupted over Avon's indecision. "Choose Avon," Jamie pleaded. Heartbroken, Avon chose to stay, hoping to mend family ties. Jamie left, tearfully. "I love you, but I need more." The void left by Jamie echoed through Avon's days like a persistent ache, a reminder of the cost of indecision. He threw himself into work, channeling grief into investigative pieces on social issues. Willow Creek buzzed with change. The assault case led to arrests, thanks partly to Avon's exposé. Harlan, under scrutiny, implemented sensitivity training at the precinct, a small victory, but one Avon noted bitterly. Evelyn became the bridge, organizing family therapy sessions. Harlan attended reluctantly, his pride a barrier. In one session, he opened up about his upbringing. A strict father who equated masculinity with stoicism. "I thought toughness meant no weakness." Avon shared his fears of rejection. Tears flowed, a rare vulnerability in the Reed household. Mia's activism grew. She organized a school rally for equality, facing backlash from peers. Harlan, surprisingly, supported her privately. "Be safe," he muttered. Avon saw glimmers of change, but doubted their depth. A call from Jamie reignited hope. Friendly, but distant. "I'm proud of your work." A major conflict arose when a national news outlet picked up Avon's story, framing it as police chief's gay son challenges small-town bigotry. Harlan was ambushed in an interview, defending his actions clumsily. Family matters are private. The backlash was swift. Protests outside the station, calls for reform. Harlan confided in Avon, "This is your doing." Avon replied, "No, Dad, it's ours." The family faced external pressures. Evelyn's church friends shunned her. Mia was cyberbullied. Avon contemplated leaving again, but stayed for them. In a quiet moment, Harlan handed him a new photo album. Family pictures with space for more. "Add who you want." It was an olive branch tentative. Jamie's return for a work event in Springfield brought reunion. They met at a cafe, emotions raw. "I miss you," Avon admitted. Jamie nodded. "Me too. But has anything changed?" Avon shared the therapy progress. Hope flickered. A town scandal erupted. Leaked emails showed precinct bias against LGBTQ complaints. Harlan was implicated indirectly. He faced suspension, forcing introspection. In a heartfelt talk with Avon, he confessed, "Burning that photo. It was fear. Fear of what I don't understand." Avon forgave partially. Understanding takes time. As Harlan fought to keep his job, Avon rallied support, writing op-eds in his defense, with caveats for change. The town debated. Was redemption possible? Mia's rally turned massive, drawing allies. Jamie attended, standing by Avon. Reconciliation teetered when Harlan testified at a hearing, admitting faults. "I've learned from my son." The board reinstated him with conditions. Avon felt conflicted, proud, yet wary. With Jamie, they rekindled slowly. Dates in Chicago, honest talks. "I'm ready to choose us," Avon said, but family pulled back. Harlan's reinstatement sparked mixed reactions. Celebration from loyalists, outrage from progressives. Avon navigated the fallout, his journalism career booming with offers from bigger outlets. Yet, Willow Creek's pull remained, a tangled web of roots and regrets. Family dynamics shifted subtly. Dinners included discussions on current events, Harlan listening more than lecturing. Evelyn beamed at the progress. Mia thrived, her confidence inspiring Avon. But shadows lingered. Old prejudices surfaced in offhand comments. Jamie's integration was gradual. A backyard barbecue marked his first family invite. Harlan was civil, if stiff. "Nice to meet you," he grunted. Jamie charmed Evelyn and Mia, easing tensions. Later, Harlan pulled Avon aside. "He seems decent." High praise from the chief. A controversial bill in Illinois on LGBTQ protections ignited debates. Harlan, influenced by Avon, spoke at a forum cautiously supportive. Caused rifts with colleagues, testing his resolve. Avon covered it, praising his father's evolution in print. Personal choices weighed heavy. Jamie proposed cohabitation in Chicago. Avon accepted, planning a phased move. Telling Harlan was daunting. "I'm happy for you," Harlan said, surprising everyone. But his eyes betrayed lingering sorrow. A crisis hit when Mia faced severe bullying, culminating in a school fight. Harlan used his influence to advocate for her, pushing anti-bullying policies. Avon saw true change. In gratitude, Mia hugged him. "Thanks, Dad." As Avon packed, memories flooded. The burned photo, arguments, growth. Jamie helped their bond stronger. "We've earned this." The move symbolized freedom, but visits home kept connections alive. Harlan visited Chicago once, awkward in the urban bustle. Over dinner, he shared stories from his youth, humanizing himself. Jamie listened, bridging gaps. Social conflicts persisted. Avon's articles tackled national issues, drawing hate mail. Harlan worried, offering protection. "You're my son." Avon smiled. "Always." In a quiet reflection, Avon wondered if full acceptance was possible. Harlan's actions spoke louder, attending a pride event incognito, donating to causes. Settled in Chicago, Avon and Jamie built a life filled with art shows, friends, and quiet evenings. Willow Creek became a weekend retreat, where progress continued. Harlan retired early, focusing on community work, mentoring youth, including LGBTQ kids. His transformation inspired local change. Evelyn flourished, joining support groups. Mia headed to college, proud of her family. Avon's book on his journey became a bestseller, sparking dialogues. Yet, echoes of the past lingered. During a visit, Harlan handed Avon a framed photo, a recreation of the burned one, pieced from descriptions. "I can't undo it, but..." Avon embraced him. "It's enough." The story's ripples extended. Debates on family, forgiveness, and societal shifts. Avon pondered the costs, lost time, heartache, but gained empathy. In the end, love prevailed, but not without scars. Was the father's initial betrayal unforgivable? Or does true change redeem even the deepest wounds? True or false?